Alright, so I know I ended last night's video saying goodbye to everybody, but I didn't really mean it. Here I am again, and certainly we will be there for Spack and Dix. Here, that is. But we still got a little more to talk about. I got a few things here. The last thing I would cover, if we have time, I don't want this video to go over 10 minutes, but if I have time, I will talk about my own personal improvements on the whiteboards. You know, I was recently talking to a guy that bought one all the way back in 2016. I'm almost ashamed of it. Went back and looked at some of those videos and come a long way. And then I do want to address the new people before we get on to the songs. May even have to make this a two-part video or maybe do shows later. So many good songs this summer. But if you are new here and you're here watching this, thank you, obviously. And hopefully you stick around. Once Phish tour ends, I still talk about Phish, but then sometimes I just talk about whatever. Sometimes I talk about Ohio State football. Really seems to turn people off. Not a lot of that, though. Very little of that. And then Cleveland Browns football, which people seem to somewhat enjoy, just because it's different to see me miserable. So maybe just hang in there for that. If you just hate football or you don't care at all, you don't have to unsubscribe. You know, I'm not going to be hitting you with tons of videos. You know, all right. So and then other things as far as the recaps go. You know, I do overlook things sometimes. You know, if you're like, hey, you didn't mention this, or this golden age was great, or this twist, and I pretty much just do them from memory. I listen to the show, jot down some notes. Sometimes I don't even, then I forget the notes sometimes. Sometimes I write notes directly on the whiteboard. That helps for sure. And then, I just kind of, maybe it's not the best way to do it. You know, if you're looking for actual, like, song by song breakdown, factual, deep analysis, things like that, obviously it's not the best way to do it. But overall, if you're just like, what did they play? How was it? You know, how did it make you feel? Did you like it? Did you not like it? I'm just basically giving you that. You know, and I know there was a time when basically I did looking at some of them old videos where I basically did just run through the songs, said very little. You know, I was busting through videos in like 2.5, 3 minutes. I've been wondering, like, why are my videos so much longer now? Well, the whiteboards certainly make it much longer. The whiteboards weren't always a part of the deal. And, then other thing as far as people are like that are confused by certain songs I don't like, it's hard to explain why you don't like a particular song. Loving Cup being the latest. And then the people accuse me of not liking any songs. I mean, come on, or I hate all these songs. I don't know how many songs they played this summer. 100, 120. I mean, definitely over 100 songs this summer. We'll say they played 120 songs this summer. There might be 20 of them that I didn't like. I think that's pretty high percentage of songs that I do like. And out of the 20 that I don't like, 10 of them are just okay. The other 10, okay, I didn't like them at all. And then, like, how could you not like Loving Cup? It's just hard to say exactly. And it's not that I don't like the Rolling Stones or anything. Obviously, I understand that Phish is covering a lot of songs, always have. It's just that particular song, maybe because they've been covering it for so long. Maybe I've just heard it so many times. I mean, I don't know how many times I've heard them play Loving Cup. Just doing these recaps and listening to shows live each night. I mean, probably 25, 30, 40 times they've played Loving Cup. And that reminds me of another thing. I try my best to keep it fresh, Sometimes it does get a little tough when they do bust off 20 shows in 30 nights or something like that. It's easy what I do. Just listen to the shows and then talk about it. That's super easy, but keeping people wanting to come back and actually care and want to watch that and be like, well, he's going to tell us what they played tonight and what he thought. It's not that easy to get people to keep coming back and then actually wanting to come back and check it out, So I'll give myself a little pat on the back for that. Grateful Dean checked in, commented on a video. He'd give me a little nod for that. He does his own videos. Obviously, Grateful Dean, you know what he's talking about over there. So he can understand the grind of trying to keep people interested and wanting to listen to whatever you're going to spew that night about the show. And I love it when people are like, hey, disagree, but still love the channel. And I don't know, it's like YouTube, just like I've eventually started blocking people. Just the lowest of the low that just came with just straight insults that were just so lowbrow. Not even a clever insult, I finally just started blocking all those mongrels about a year ago. Sorry if any mongrels are out there watching. The motorcycle gang, that is. Is that still a motorcycle gang? No, like Genghis Khan and them guys, I ain't worried if I offend those bros. They killed a lot of people. They were awful. Not really worried if I offend them. The motorcycle gang, however, a little worried about. And then what else? I know I can kind of keep jumping around here. Why were the videos longer? Just because I say a lot more. I mean, there was times when, I mean, if you think I don't say a lot now, if you're one of those people like, he's just rolling through the songs and marking it up his board with a marker. I don't know. I mean, those people aren't too far off from the truth, but maybe they just haven't watched me in a while. They're like, had enough of that guy. I mean, I wouldn't blame them. And so the videos are longer because I'm saying a lot more, obviously, rather than just being like, they opened with these two songs, and then, I like this part here. Mike did some stuff, and then they closed the set with boom, 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 boom. I would just like bust through a first set in like 35 seconds. Second set, say some stuff about chompers, then move on to the second set. Maybe say some more stuff about a particular song I like. They opened with this. This was a big one in the 2-hole. Paige was doing this. Trey. A lot of all four guys on the drums at one point. We had the British invasion time. So all kinds of things. I don't even know what I was talking about, really. What was I talking about? I had some leftover gummies, all right? I was like, this would be a good time. I freaked out that one night. I went a little too hard. So then the rest of the nights I went a little easy. Here I got stuff left over. Really, what was I talking about? Why the videos are so much longer? Why is this video 6.5 minutes? So that's why the videos are longer. I'm talking more, and then sometimes I lose track. I'm sure I repeat myself sometimes. I leave things out sometimes. So anyhow, if you're new here, it's not the most, it's pretty amateur, but fun, I guess. I don't know. I don't take it too seriously either. So hopefully people don't. I'm never claiming like my word is the word or anything like that. So don't get carried away. And then, I don't know. I think that's about it for the new people, other than just welcome and thank you for subscribing and hanging around. And a lot of old references, kind of really giving away the age this tour. Mentioned the 89 Fleer, Billy Ripken. Mentioned Baby Jessica. I feel like there was one more that I mentioned that was kind of an old reference. Don't remember what the third one was, but there was something else in there from the late 80s, early 90s, something like that. I don't remember what it was. Maybe somebody else does. You guys remember? What was that other thing that I referenced that was kind of old? Not Guy Forget. Now I guess we'll move on to the songs. We're almost 7.5 minutes in. I don't even know. I might have to do a part 2. Some of my favorite shows. Maybe we can just tease it. Maybe if I do like some of the overall best songs of the summer before we get out of here. And then I'll do another video tomorrow or the next day talking about my favorite shows and then my favorite specific songs. Like that song on that night. So these are just, and then this just got to be too many, songs that was just like overall songs they played a minimum of 2 times and both times were really good, 3 and 4 times. And then I don't know how many songs into this. I was like, enough's enough, all right? Okay, so basically everything was good this summer that they played a couple times. But these were the songs that I really thought stood out. Stash, Antelope, Kill Devil Falls, Fuego, Caspian, Sand, Oblivion, Wolfman's Brother, Golden Age, Ghost, Hood. Any arguments so far? Thought all those songs were really good. If not every single time played, pretty close to it. Got a high percentage of bangers there. I'm not even done. Split Open and Melt, Wave of Hope, gotta say, The Well, Theme from the Bottom, Back on the Train, Bathtub Gin, Down with Disease, obviously Tweezer, didn't even mention, Fluffhead, YEM, there's just too many. Basically everything they played 2 or 3 times was pretty good. I think they only played Taste once. I had to add in there. They just got so many good songs right now. It's getting crazy. All right, so we're maybe should I give you? I can't give you the best jams. That'll go on another 4 or 5 minutes, and the best songs another 4 or 5 minutes. We're around 10 minutes right now. So to wrap up, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I am getting better. I'm gonna master the top of that whiteboard. I'm kind of liking the songs, but I don't know what to do with like the fish, the date. I just never can quite get that right. But that'll be the next part that I master. Not that I've mastered the other, baited it. So I'm gonna get that top row figured out. Then we got the songs. Boom, we're gonna have a great whiteboard by 2024. And again, thanks to everybody. And the best songs: Stash, Melt, Antelope, Hope, Kill Devil Falls. There's too many to mention. Oblivion, Wolfman's Brother, Golden Age, Ghost, Fluffhead, You, Enjoy, Myself. Boom. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in for this too. If you made it this far, give us a thumbs up, and we are out of here.